Hey guys, it's been a while. Hope you're doing alright. For the longest time, I've been stuck on social media out of fear of the social perception of me if I did not have social media and other silly things like that. Like I had to stay connected by being on social media, that I had to friend particular people, that I had to follow particular people, crap like that. You see, I've realized that social media, posting on social media, is primarily for one's own ego. Like, to summarize my entire case, social media is just a giant self-ego stroke where a bunch of delusional people think the spotlight is all on them, even though nobody else cares what they're posting and they only care about what they themselves are posting. So it's just a giant delusion fest where everyone thinks that they're the star and everyone's liking their posts and shit and they're getting views and whatever, when their main audience is themselves. Like, you probably have dozens, maybe even hundreds of people friended, followed, whatever on social media. How many of them do you actually talk to? Out of those people, how many are your friend? Out of those people, how many are your actual friend? It's probably a single digit number. Probably under 5. And let me pose you another question. How many people are going to remember your post in a day? In a week? In a month? Nobody. Probably not even your friend, right? Social media is for yourself. You are doing it probably under the delusion that other people care. But I think deep down inside that this is really just to please your own ego, to try to show off to your peers. When in reality, your peers don't care, and you're just sort of having this paper tiger where you're like, oh yeah, I'm up there on the social ladder. Look at me doing all this cool shit. I'm cool. You're telling yourself that each time you post. That's why you keep doing it. I don't know. Maybe that's a projection, but I feel like I've struck a chord with a lot of people there. And, I mean, out of your friends, out of what your friends post, out of all of your friends' posts in the past week, how many can you remember? How many can you tell me right now? I'd be impressed if it was more than 2. The point is, nobody cares what you post. You're not doing it for an audience. You don't have an audience. Sure, you have followers, but they're not there for you. You're not there for them. Nobody is there for each other on social media. Once again, it's all about the self. It's all about creating this social facade for yourself to make others believe that you have personality, that you're cool, that you do cool things, that you're an entertaining, funny person, that you're a morally righteous person, that you are an insert adjective here person. When in reality, you're convincing yourself of that, not other people. And this isn't even to mention all of the other bad things about social media, like the FOMO it causes, how anxiety inducing it is, all the artificial petty drama that happens on there, which is utter bullshit and doesn't matter at all, yet people attach value to it because they have nothing better to do with their lives. And it's and also all the social media apps now have some form of short form content, so that can be an utter time sink. You can be scrolling for hours on end on these social media apps when you have better shit to be doing, right? So, at best, social media is pointless. At worst, social media is extremely, extremely harmful for your mental health and development, because you stay immature for longer and can even become more immature the longer you stay on social media, which depends on how much wrong content you consume. So I say all this. I say that we post on social media for ourselves, for our own perception of ourselves, to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. I say that because I want you to know that there are better ways of going about that there are better ways of building self-esteem than pretending like everybody's eyes are on you as you post about your fucking trip to Madrid. You know? There are wholesome, effective ways of just being yourself and being happy about being yourself. I don't want to make this video too long, but so I won't go too deep into that, but I mean, for example, for myself, I came upon this realization during a multi-week-long backpacking trip solo in the Sierra Nevada. And I remember at the start of it, I was like daydreaming as I was hiking about like all the photos and videos I would post, I would capture on the hike, and then I would edit them all into like a compilation, which I'd post on social media, and it would be so cool and shit. And I remember at the end of my hike, on the final hours, I realized just how pointless social media is, and just how much of a waste of time that would be for me to do. So for me, I'm happy being out in nature. I'm pretty comfortable with that. You know, it can be lonely at times, but that's what I love to do, and that's me, and I'm proud of that. And I don't need anybody else's affirmation on social media to be like, "Oh, dude, sick photo, bro. Oh my god, that's so cool that you climbed all that." I don't need that shit to be happy doing it myself. Like, the point is, I don't hike for people to affirm me on social media that was worthwhile. I know it was worthwhile. I know it was worthwhile because I had that realization while I was out here. So, my point of saying that is, do what you love to do. Like, immerse yourself, but get out of your comfort zone. And by doing that, you will realize that you are cool the way you are. And you don't need anybody to tell you that, to know that.